Have you ever noticed how some people seem to have it all while others struggle and fail? Hi, Nicole Jansen here, and thank you for joining me on this journey as we talk about some of the essential elements that I discovered in how to build a successful business and have the lifestyle to go with it, how to turn my purpose into profits. And where do we start with all this and talk about this idea of success? Well, first of all, I want to say this, is that everybody's definition of success is different, and it's perfect. And for you, maybe it's that you want to have more fun in your life and you want to have more freedom, or maybe it's you want to make more money. You want to be profitable in your business and or more profitable, or expand it and grow it in some way. Maybe you want to have amazing relationships. Maybe you want to make a difference in the world. Maybe health is an issue and you want to focus on your health and have this experience of feeling this healthy, vibrant lifestyle all the way around, which I love, and that's awesome. That's part of what's important to me in terms of what success is. So now, but whatever that is for you, this is really, if we look at it and we say this is what you're looking to have in your life, which is success. Now, most people recognize that you need to do something to be able to make that happen, and that's where these actions come in. And they recognize and say, okay, I need to take certain actions, right? This is the doing part. I need to do certain things in order to achieve the success that I want. Now, with this day and age and personal development being what it is and the age of enlightenment, a lot more people are also discovering that it's important to also consider what's your mindset. Who are you being, and how can your being influence your actions and your success? Here's the thing, even just me saying that might be a huge aha for you. It certainly was for me, because as I was working really hard and taking certain actions, I was in motion. I was like, how can I do this? How can I do this as fast as possible? I want to create success. Let's go. What is it going to take? I'm in it. I'm going to do it. And maybe you're that way. The problem is what I didn't realize on that journey that I was on is that underlying the surface, there were all these mindset issues that I had. I had these limiting beliefs. And actually, if we look at, let's break it down a little bit further, is even this mindset. And these are the things that often hold people back, right, from having what it is you want. This is the destination on this journey that we're on. But how do you get to the destination? Like any journey, right? You're on the highway, you're ready, you're in the car, you're ready to go. But have you ever noticed that there are road bumps and storms that come along the way, or things that prevent you from achieving the goals that you really have? And for me, what I discovered is that my mindset, and actually, in fact, for everybody that I've worked with thousands of entrepreneurs around the world, what I've discovered since I learned this is that whenever someone was not achieving the success that they wanted, somehow it related down here. Because underlying the surface, right? Underlying the surface was this mindset, these limiting beliefs, or these beliefs that maybe that got them to where they were, right? Gave them a certain level of success, but were not the type of beliefs that they needed in order to take them to the next level. You may have success in your life, and what you have believed to be true has gotten you to where you are. Now, if you want something else, like me, I wanted something more out of life, I need to start shifting certain things so that I can get that. So let's talk about that. Well, mindset is impacted by your talents, and we'll talk about that in the next video, is your talents and your strengths and your personality, all of that, okay? But it's also, even more importantly, your mindset is influenced by your beliefs. Your beliefs. Now, specifically, your beliefs that you have about yourself. What do you believe about you? Okay. What do you believe about others? And what do you believe about the world around you? And here's what's fascinating. What I realized is that your level of success will never exceed your mindset. It'll never exceed your self-concept, your life concept. So what do you believe to be true about yourself? Have you ever said to yourself, I could never do that? I work with a lot of business owners, entrepreneurs, people that need to go out there and sell, or even some of their sales teams. I'll work with them, and people say, I can't sell. I don't know how to sell. I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do that. Have you ever said those things to yourself? Well, what you're doing and I've said those things to myself. What I discovered is that they were limiting my abilities in those areas. So then when I went out to attempt a sale, well, all that, that programming, that conditioning is already running in the background underneath the surface. And how do you think I did? Well, not really well. So I had to start believing differently about myself. I had to believe that it was possible for me to be successful. I had to believe that I was worthy of success. One of the beliefs that I had, and maybe you'll relate to this, is that I believed that you had to work hard to make money. I saw my parents work very, very hard in their garage businesses and other businesses that they had. They always worked really, really hard to be successful. And so I took that on and realized that I believed that if I didn't work hard, I didn't deserve to be successful. Now, it wasn't a conscious conversation I was having about that necessarily. It was all underneath the surface, underneath the subconscious, in there just working away and influencing my decisions. So your mindset influences and impacts your actions impacts the level of success that you have. And so for me, I realized, wow, if that's the case, then I'm either, to be successful, I'm going to work really, really hard the rest of my life, and I may have to sacrifice some of these other areas to do it. And that wasn't what I really wanted. So I needed to look at what are some different ways that I can talk to myself. Now, there's another piece to this, which some people, they talk about whatever a man can conceive and believe it can achieve. Maybe you've heard that. Or the other one, which is what you focus on expands. Harv Eker said that. And I was like, I heard that and I thought, wow, that's so true. Whatever you focus on expands. But I wanted to know sort of like, why is that? And maybe you're thinking, why is that true? Or how does that all work? Do I really even believe that that's true? And so I want to explain something very quickly to you that was fascinating to me, and maybe you'll find it fascinating and interesting to you. Is there is something that is in our brain which is called a reticular activating system, RAS for short. Now, this reticular activating system, it filters in what's important to you and filters out what's not important to you. So have you ever bought a car? You bought this beautiful red sports car or whatever, it could be a blue minivan, or doesn't matter what it is, but you bought this car and you were really excited about it, because you hadn't seen that many of these and it just seemed unique and special and it was awesome, and you thought this was the greatest car. So you buy the car and you drive it off the lot. Have you ever noticed that you go out onto the highway, the first thing you notice all these cars? The same car as yours. Why is that? You just bought this car, you thought it was unique, and here all these other people have the same car as you, and you're disappointed. I mean, I know that happened to me when I bought my first car and I was all excited about it, and so why does that happen? Well, because before, that car wasn't necessarily important to you, so your brain filtered it out. Now that you own one, now it's important to you, and so it filters it in. There is so much information that's, information overload, truly, that is coming at us, is that we have to filter out things that are not important to us so that we have the capacity to deal with the things that are important. Very same thing here is that when you set a goal, if you set something that you really want to achieve and you start with your mindset and making sure that the conversations that you're having in your head and what you're saying to yourself and what you're also speaking out loud are aligned to that level of success that you want. So for example, you say, I am a people magnet is one, it's like these are affirmations and people say affirmations don't work. Well, they don't work if it's just something that you're just saying as a task on a list. But if you're saying them and you're putting the emotion behind it and you are actually taking that on and believing that to be true, then what happens, it's like almost all providence moves, right? It's that reticular activating system starts to open up, right, possibilities to you, opportunities to you, to meet people and to connect, and for that statement that you made about yourself to become true. Our subconscious mind is so powerful, and it always works. It always works. It just may not be getting you what you really want. And so the question is, how do we do that? How do we get it to help you and to support you in creating the success is that you start to change the things you say to yourself. I have a sign on my wall, and it's in my bathroom, and it says, "Your thoughts and words have creative power. What do you choose to create today?" And that's been there for a while, and every time I see it, I think about it, and I say, yes, I have creative power. My thoughts and my words, what do I choose to create today? And it has made all the difference for me because it reminds me every single day. If I find myself going into a rut in the road, so to speak, it's like you hit those potholes. It reminds me, it's like I'm creating my reality. I have the ability to create my success, starting off with not just what I do, but first of all, starting off with what do I believe? Do I believe that it's possible? Do I believe that I'm capable? Do I believe that I'm worthy of it? Do I believe that people are out there, amazing people that will help me along the way? And do I believe the world is an abundant place? Do I believe that there are opportunities out there for people to be truly successful in business? Do I believe that, it's not too late? The market's not oversaturated. Do I believe that there's an unlimited possibility out there for me and for the people that I work with? With that mindset, I show up differently in the world, and my reticular activating system reveals to me different things in the world. So with that, I would encourage you to stop and ask yourself, maybe make some notes here and say, what are the things that I'm saying to myself? How often do I use the word can't? How often do you say to yourself, I can't do this. I don't know how. That'll never work. I knew that wasn't going to happen. Another one could be, just maybe, try. How often do you use these words? Maybe, try, possibly. Are those words, are they definitive words? Are they empowering words? Not necessarily, right? It's like, I'll try. It's like Yoda, right? He said, there is no try, you either do or do not. It really is true. So start asking yourself, what are the things that I'm saying to myself on this journey? Do I believe it's possible? Write them down, and then write down, maybe you discover some of those things that you're saying to yourself are empowering, and some of the things are not so empowering. Those things that are not so empowering, you look at them and you say, okay, how can I transform that into something that would be more powerful for me? How can I speak life into my life and into my business, into my relationships and my health? One last thing is in terms of health. I had somebody recently say, healthy food is bland. And I thought, wow, you know what? With that, her doctor had actually said, you need to eat more healthy. And she was like, I hate this. It's bland. There's no taste to it. Now, with that mindset, how do you think she's going to act? And or how do you think she's going to feel when she eats that healthy food, when she eats vegetables and salads? Not very excited, right? Well, that's actually how she was feeling at the time. So I said to her, what if you changed it? What if you started to look at a new possibility? What if you started to look at the taste and the flavor of the food and start to notice that? How would it change your experience? And this is a principle that goes along with anything in life. And so I encourage you to take that on for yourself. And thank you. Thank you for being here and watching this video. We've got some more really great stuff coming. The next thing we're going to talk about is we're going to talk about more about what does success look like to you, and really, how are you uniquely shaped for making a difference in the world? I believe that every single person has a unique gift and a unique talent that includes you. And so let's find out what that is. In the next video, we'll get into that. So I look forward to seeing you there.